16-year-old. Chief Secretary uses his first trip on the Blue Wave Harmony to meet with truckers. Family of a top Tobago SA student questioned why she was excluded from government's celebration of the top 200.
Coming up in sport, former world indoor champion Jereme Richards begins his quest for another podium finish at the 2026 Indoor Championships in Poland.
Good evening and Eid Mubarak to members of the Muslim community celebrating Eid al-Fitr today. I am Jesse Ramdeo and this is the 7 p.m. news here on CNC3. Thank you for joining us. Following the publication of detention orders for 17 additional people under the emergency powers regulations overnight, a criminologist is warning the government may be setting a dangerous precedent by going after women and children using SOE powers. The latest orders signed by the Minister of Homeland Security include 2 women and 3 Venezuelan nationals. Earlier detention orders include one 16-year-old child who is being housed at the Youth Training Center in Golden Grove. He warns the approach could expand to children as young as 10 years old if left to continue. The individuals were identified through confidential intelligence and detained to prevent acts prejudicial to public safety. The documents outline allegations including involvement in organized criminal groups, trafficking in firearms and narcotics, human trafficking, kidnapping, and planned retaliation. But Darius Figueroa warns using an SOE in this way risks normalizing extraordinary force and powers.
The time for panic is long past. If we can just realize that it's a time for reform and rebuilding, and all of these plasters on swords not going to solve everything, but make the situation worse, then we are heading for further deeply engaged societal decay.
Figueroa says a state of emergency is meant to respond to an imminent threat to the state and isn't a continuous crime-fighting tool. Meanwhile, a youth development activist raised concerns about the rights of minors in the wake of the detention of a 16-year-old who is being detained at the YTC.
We have to ensure he's not mixed with adults. We have to ensure that they put things in place to ensure that his educational needs are met, because we don't want him to have a setback that could affect his future.
He suggests the government make use of existing programs and youth organizations to handle delinquency instead of SOE powers. Now, Chairman of the Children's Authority, Marsha Bailey, is reaffirming the agency's position on the treatment and protection of minors detained during the ongoing state of emergency, stressing that strict protocols are in place to safeguard children's rights. Responding to questions from CNC3 News today, Bailey underscored that established procedures guide how such sensitive matters are handled, particularly when minors in state care are involved. She explains that these protocols do not require the authority's Board of Management or its Operations Division to publicly disclose incidents involving minors, including cases where a child may have been detained or engaged in inappropriate behavior. Bailey emphasized the guiding principle behind this approach is the protection of children's fundamental rights, especially their right to privacy. The Minister of Rural Development and Local Government says consultations are still underway on government's proposed national policy for gated communities as work continues to formalize government's framework for strengthening crime prevention measures. Earlier today, Minister Khadija Amin confirmed to CNC3 News the Interministerial Committee remains engaged in reviewing existing laws and consulting with key stakeholders before finalizing its recommendations. The proposed policy, first announced last August, is intended to guide how communities can apply for restricted access to certain areas as a means of deterring criminal activity or addressing fears of crime. Amin clarified, however, that the policy will not deal directly with policing.
It does not give approval for gated communities. It provides a policy that will be an overall policy that will provide minimum in terms of what approvals, for instance, they should get, the involvement of the public utilities, the involvement of service providers, informing and having a system of easy approvals so that the community is not deprived of services.
Now, she said consultations have also involved regional corporations, some of which have already granted approvals for gated or restricted access communities. The committee is now reviewing those cases to identify challenges and best practices.
As soon as the committee has a recommendation, their draft policy will go to cabinet. Of course, the regional corporations are involved in terms of consultation because some of them have given approvals already. So we are looking at what they would have granted, what they encountered, challenges, but we want it to be a policy that is within the current legal framework.
Amin previously maintained that the initiative is part of the government's broader crime-fighting strategy and rejected opposition claims that such a policy would only benefit wealthy communities. Well, today we asked the public how satisfied they are with the performance of the Commissioner of Police. Here's what some people had to say.
Nah, we moved from bad to worse, to be honest.
Yes and no. I would say yes, because I've seen more active police work, especially with the SOE. But I feel like more needs to be done, especially with like actual rigid laws to, deal with this stuff, because I feel like we have SOE, we stop, and then we need a SOE again.
This commissioner of police talk about there, I mean, he have a total line. You have a Minister of National Security. He say first he don't want the job, because that is a very tactical job. You understand? And you have people under you, they're not taking orders.
Yes and no, because there could still be more improvement. Because we just came out of our SOE. Before the year hit, we was in our SOE, and then we back in the next one. So it kind of unpleasant.
Yes, he's doing his best.
Well, I believe it's too soon to comment on satisfaction. He just is about 9 months now. And I find this one is putting his best foot forward.
Truckers are feeling buoyant following their meeting with Chief Secretary Farley Augustine aboard the Blue Wave Harmony. The discussions took place during the vessel's journey from Port of Spain to Scarborough yesterday. It marked the first time Augustine traveled on the cargo boat. The vessel's introduction on January 22nd was met with criticism from truckers and the business community, who raised concerns about its operations. However, following sea trials and adjustments, it has now settled into a weekly schedule, with supplies to Tobago returning to normal levels.
Some of the issues that we would have raised in terms of, the issue with the air conditioned system, which we are actually working on right about now, and also turnaround time of the vessels to go and come from Tobago. But that's most what I could see for now. The rest, I wouldn't want to let it out the bag.
Manswell said a follow-up meeting is expected and changes are coming to make truckers more comfortable on their journey. It's now time for a quick break. More for you up next.
Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off. Let me see you rock off. Let me see you kick right. Now step forward, now step back.
Lucozade, bring the energy. Unbeatable taste, new look.
Shake off. Let me see you rock off.
Welcome back. A proud moment for 12-year-old Kylie Charles turned bittersweet when she was unknowingly demoted from second to the third highest ranked Tobago student in the 2025 secondary entrance assessment. Her father, Kester Charles, told CNC3 News the entire family was excited when they heard 2 Tobago students were among the top 200 essay students to be honored by the Education Ministry. Charles says he bought tickets to Trinidad to ensure his daughter would not miss the function, which was held yesterday. However, joy turned into bewilderment when they were informed by the Teacher Education Division that Kylie's name wasn't on the list.
I did not know how to feel. I felt terrible because I got Kylie excited, and when I told her about it, she just got quiet. And since then, she has just been dejected and dispirited. I don't know what to say to her.
Charles said his daughter later told him she had been hearing rumors that her SCA result had been revised, but he maintains there was no official communication from the ministry or the division. More importantly, there was no apology.
This is how I had to find out, through the media, through a picture. Somebody sent a picture asking where Kylie was, and this is how I find out everything. It has nothing to do with me checking, because I didn't know what to check. It's just a picture I saw. I started asking questions, and this is where we end up.
Now, CNC3 News contacted the Ministry of Education, which confirmed there was an official query in the results, and the student who was originally third was promoted to second. Officials said Kylie's parents were informed after they raised concerns about the apparent snub. Well, the government has reinstated the SCA Top Performers Award ceremony, a tradition that had been shelved under the previous PNM administration. Yesterday, the Ministry of Education honored the top 200 SCA 2025 performers, which included students from 77 primary schools across the nation. Among them were Sandaya Miraj, a former student of Makale Government Primary School, who placed first along with Nicholas Dolly and Xavier Talsford. In fourth place was Kayash Dial Singh, and fifth place went to Ashlyn Ramkisoon. In praising the students' achievements, Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlat said the ministry is focused on ensuring all students have equal access to education.
This event marks not only the recognition of our nation's most outstanding students, but also the return of this important national tradition of honoring academic excellence. That at the Ministry of Education and in all our schools, we must continue to close that gap. At the Ministry of Education, we believe that every child can learn.
Of the 200 top performances, 123 were female students and 77 were males. Now, while St. Joseph's Convent in San Fernando continues to produce academic brilliance, Principal Joan Baker says the school is committed to shaping well-rounded young women. The school held its patronal feast day and recognition of excellence ceremony for the 2024-2025 academic year on Wednesday. In her address, Principal Baker emphasized that the school's mission goes beyond academics, focusing on the formation of character, spirit, and values in its students.
We want our students to instinctively practice integrity and honesty, to value hard work and discipline, and to rise with resilience when faced with challenges, strengthened by their encounter with God. We want them to pursue justice, fairness, and to honor the inherent dignity of every person.
Opposition leader Penelope Beckles, who's a past student, also attended the ceremony where awards were given out to scholarship winners and other students who excelled during the academic year. It's now time for another break. More for you up next.
Eid Mubarak from the management and staff at Ahad and Moda Hire Limited. May the Almighty accept all our efforts during Ramadan and fill our homes with peace, happiness, and love. Wishing you and your family a blessed and joyful Eid.
Join us at the Trinidad and Tobago Disaster Risk Management Conference and Expo from June 1st to 3rd. Step into 3 full conference days of presentations, panels, and learning labs that mirror real disaster risk scenarios, including national power outages, disaster risk finance, and sustainable urban planning, waste and debris management. Register now at www.ettdrm.com/register now.
Is mealtime more of a chore than a cherished time? Does a lack of appetite keep your family, young and old, from getting the nourishment they need? Introducing Apetamin, the gentle, effective appetite stimulant designed for every age. Apetamin helps spark the natural desire to eat, turning hesitant nibbles into satisfying meals. Watch as food becomes exciting again, fueling growth, energy, and shared moments around the table. Give your body the gift of a joyful appetite. Find Apetamin in pharmacies nationwide.
Welcome back. Questions emerged today about when Eid ends. Sunni Muslim and president of the Caribbean Institute of Astronomy, Isa Muhammad, says their teachings are clear on the issue. Once a trusted person has sighted the moon, the holy month of Ramadan ends, regardless of where in the world it has been sighted.
Because of the position of the moon relative to the sun, it becomes visible in some areas before it becomes visible in other areas. So there are some countries that would be able to easily see the moon on a particular day, while other countries cannot see the moon on a particular day. But it is how the Islamic law is interpreted by the various groups. There's also technology that could be used to see the moon: telescopes, cameras.
Mohammed was celebrating Eid at the Islamic Missionaries Guild Islamic Center in Cali Village, Karani this morning. In delivering his Eid message, Muslim cleric Imam Sheikh Munaf Mohammed expressed concerns that Muslims in the Middle East continue to face significant hardship even as the holy month of Ramadan ends.
My message basically will be focusing on what is actually happening today in the world, where the lives of people, human beings, have no value at all. That we are seeing it's happening all, and especially to Muslims.
Imam Muhammad reminded worshippers of the importance of faith, devotion, and the forgiveness of sins promised to those who fast sincerely during Ramadan. But as some in the Muslim community will be celebrating Eid on Saturday, the National Lotteries Controls Board advises all gaming activities will be suspended tomorrow. Now to this. Grief hangs over the family of John Grant in Icacos as they search for answers after he drowned during a routine trip at sea. The 61-year-old left before dawn on Thursday with 2 other men, expecting to return home by midday. Instead, his body was later found along the shoreline after their pirogue began taking in water. In the hours since, his relatives say they have received conflicting accounts of his final moments. His son, Tyreek Grant, says the explanations do not add up, deepening the family's anguish. He is now pleading for clarity as they struggle to come to terms with the loss.
When I reached on the beach, I didn't see my father. I tell me the can't find my father. They say he jump out, he take the box cover and swim. Never find him until they turn over the boat and they say he jump out the boat. Say he take the box cover and swim. Me, I wasn't there, I can't see. Only them alone could see.
A survivor of the ordeal, Rajesh Ramdani, has offered a different account, pointing to the weight of a net filled with sargassum seaweed as the tipping point. He says as they hauled it in, within moments, the boat began to submerge and the men were forced to react quickly.
We picking up in it. We had plenty rubber sargassum. We had plenty in it. And I put up the boat, go down a little bit, the weight. And all everything coming in heavy. And then 2 waves break in the boat. And the boat started sinking from behind. But everybody started fight for their life. And the boy was in the boat and the captain said, everybody stay together and hold on the boat.
Now left without their main breadwinner, Grant's family is grappling with both loss and financial uncertainty, but more than anything, they just want to know what really happened to their loved one. All right, well, still to come in sport, West Indies women fall to Australia in the first T20 encounter of the series.
Are you preparing your home for Eid this year? Bright Ideas Home Store just launched the biggest Eid sale of the year, and the deals are unbelievable. Towels 4 for $100. Oscar electric kettles from only $75. Irons just $85. Coffee makers from $125. Sandwich makers only $99. Yes, Trinidad, these prices are real, and the savings keep going. Glassware 3 for $22.99. Premium glass set 6 for just $35. Cozy blankets 3 for $100. Hosting family for Eid, Bright Ideas has everything you need. Serveware for the table, beautiful bed sheets, stylish mats and carpets, wall mirrors, food containers, and so much more deals in store. So don't wait. Head to Bright Ideas Home Store today and get your home Eid ready for less. Bright Ideas Home Store. Every home, every season, every day. Bringing happiness home.
Ramadan specials at Food Basket, Arima, Shagwana, Champlain, and Gulf View. Goat, 4 pounds for $99.
Chana, 5 bunks for $19.95. Delicious dates, $19.95 per pound. Big deal, 1 gallon oil, $59.95. Crown 8 kg rice, $59.95. Green butterfly evaporated milk, 3 for $17.95. 4Z vermicelli, 1600 gram, $24.95. Ramadan specials at Food Basket, Arima, Shagwana, Chamflair, and Gulfview.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
Struggling with blood sugar swings, high blood pressure, or stiff joints? Take control with Aja Nutrition's powerful wellness trio. Berberine Plus supports healthy blood sugar. Blood pressure support helps keep your pressure in check. And Joint Aid keeps your joints moving so you can stay active every day. Don't wait. Choose Aja Nutrition for trusted, effective solutions. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Feel better, move better, live better with Aja Nutrition.
We start with athletics, where Dream Richards will be aiming to secure Trinidad and Tobago's first medal at the 21st World Athletics Indoor Championships when he lines up in the men's 400-meter final in Poland tomorrow. The 32-year-old advanced to the final after clocking 45.87 seconds to finish third in his semi-final, booking one of the fastest qualifying spots despite running below his season's best. Canada's Christopher Williams led the semi-final field with 45.35s, while Kenya's Brian Tanaga also finished ahead of the TNT athlete. Meanwhile, history is made for Trinidad and Tobago in the men's 800 meters as debutant Nathan Cumberbatch clocked a national indoor record of 1 hour 46 minutes and 95 seconds. Despite the milestone, he narrowly missed out on the semi-finals. To cricket now, despite some promising moments, West Indies women fell short against Australia last night in their T20 series opener in St. Vincent. Rajiv Surat Singh has the highlights.
After being sent in, Australia posted 164 for 6, thanks largely to a composed knock from Beth Mooney, who struck 79 off 55 balls. The left-hander anchored the innings superbly, combining with Elise Perry in a crucial 99-run partnership that steadied the visitors after early setbacks. West Indies had their moments with the ball, led by Deandra Doughton, who claimed 3 for 35, while Chanel Henry supported well with 2 wickets. However, inconsistent lines and 12 wides proved costly, allowing Australia to push towards a competitive total. In reply, the regional side began with intent, but struggled to build lasting partnerships. Kiana Joseph top scored with an enterprising 45, striking 7 boundaries and a 6. While veteran Stephanie Taylor added 28 to guide the innings towards respectability. The turning point came through Australia's spin attack, led by Alana King, who recovered from a poor fielding effort, dropping 3 early chances. She took Hayley Matthews with a superb delivery before dismissing Campbell and Doughton in quick succession to derail the chase. Fellow leg spinner Georgia Warham chipped in with 2 for 14, including the late wicket of Taylor, as West Indies closed on 121 for 6. The win marks a solid start to their campaign for Australia, while West Indies will be aiming to regroup ahead of the next encounter. Rajiv Surat Singh, CNC3 Sport.
The Trinidad and Tobago Football Association has named a 24-man squad for the upcoming FIFA Series 2026 in Uzbekistan, where the Soca Warriors will face the Venezuelan national football team on March 27th and Gabon national football team on March 30th. The squad features the return of captain and talisman Levi Garcia. There is also a first senior call-up for defender Jalen Yearwood, while young talents James Foston, Adam Pear and Lyndell Sween have been rewarded with recalls following recent international appearances. However, the team will be without a few key names as defender Kobe Henry is sidelined through injury, while Therese Spicer, Dante Seeley and Daniel Phillips have all been excused from the camp. Speed and endurance were on display as cyclists, runners and even their pets took over Shagaramas for the 19th annual River Raid last Sunday. Here's more.
From the first pedal to the final stride, it was non-stop action at the 19th annual River Raid mountain bike race, 4K trail and doggy run at Saman Park, Chaguaramas. The youth mountain bike long course was the first event to be contested. Out of the 32 riders, Cruz Gomez was the fastest through the winding, rugged and bushy 4-kilometer course, storming to victory in 12 minutes 31 seconds. Jacob Allen placed second in 14 minutes 18 seconds and Mateo McCain took third in the youth girls category. Skylar Lilu claimed the top spot in 14 minutes and 48 seconds. The open division entrance to the distance of 27 kilometers. It saw Dimitri James dominate in 1 hour, 11 minutes and 23 seconds, followed by Iman Healy Singh in 1 hour, 13 minutes and 05 seconds, and Kirk Fanovich in 1 hour, 16 minutes and 11 seconds. Maria Gooding led the women, finishing in 1 hour, 27 minutes and 25 seconds, and placing 6th overall. The youth short course kept the excitement going. Riley Walker claimed the gold medal in 12 minutes and 38 seconds, followed closely by Grayson Neo in 13 minutes and 04 seconds, and Jaren Budu in 13 minutes and 06 seconds, while Caitlin Supnanan topped the girls in 13 minutes and 23 seconds. Switching to the trail run, Raheem Modest led the field in 16 minutes and 51 seconds, with Shelton Clark in 17 minutes and 43 seconds, and Blaine Williams in 18 minutes and 12 seconds. Gina Garcia was the top female finisher in 25 minutes and 06 seconds, and placed 29th overall. And to close things off, the doggy run added a fun finish to the day's event, as Stephanie Jardine took first place in 32 minutes and 21 seconds, ahead of Karina Mayer clocking 33 minutes and 43 seconds, and Elizabeth McKenzie settling for third in a time of 35 minutes and 34 seconds. River Raid 2026, delivering a combination of competitiveness and novelty. Samaki Felician, CNC3 Sport.
Let's take another quick break. More for you up next.
With the cold and flu lurking around every corner, keeping your immune system strong allows you to live the life that you want every day. Discover BioStrath Immune Health. BioStrath Immune Health is a unique plasmalized yeast product that enhances the absorption of essential micronutrients, ensuring that your body stays resilient. And now enriched with zinc, it is your go-to support for immunity. Staying vibrant and healthy just became a whole lot easier. BioStrath Immune Health. Get what you need naturally.
Plumbing problems? Don't guess. Call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646. Proud to be serving Trinidad and Tobago for over 20 years. We do it all. Maintenance and repairs, new construction, sewer lines, inspection, drain cleaning, leak detection. We are licensed and insured. So call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
American martial artist and actor Chuck Norris has died days after celebrating his 86th birthday in Hawaii. His family confirmed the death yesterday with a post to Instagram earlier today. However, no cause was cited. His family called him a devoted husband, a loving father and grandfather, an incredible brother, and the heart of their family. He is most widely remembered for his role in the long-running TV series Walker, Texas Ranger. He is survived by his wife and children. And now for a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. The Met Office says generally sunny and breezy conditions are expected despite an isolated shower during mid-morning. Tomorrow's maximum forecast temperature in Trinidad is 32 degrees, while Tobago will experience a high of 30 degrees Celsius. Seas are moderate with waves reaching from 2 meters to 2.5 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. With that, we've come to the end of your 7 p.m. news on CNC3. On behalf of the entire team, we do wish you all the very best.